Today we will discuss the life cycle of a thread. So after creation of thread object, the thread performs its task and terminates. During this initialization and termination of a thread, there are 5 states are there. You can think of the first state is newborn state, second is runnable state, third is running, fourth is blocked or suspended state, fifth is dead state. So first of all we discuss newborn state. So in that state the thread object is created only. Execution of the thread is not started. So in the statement when we write my thread, the class that extends or implement thread class or runnable interface, then the object of the thread class th1 and that is equal to new my thread first bracket open close. So this statement creates the thread object th1 and that is the newborn state of the thread. So there are different types of methods that are invoked by the thread from transition to one state to another. You can think of a thread can call start method and it moves from the newborn state to the runnable state. The runnable state is a state where the thread is ready for execution. Next, we come to the definition or the working of start method. So it is called to move the thread into runnable state. Whenever a thread is calling the start method, the thread must be going from the newborn state to the runnable state. Then the Java runtime will schedule the thread to run by invoking run method. So in the previous class we told that start method will invoke the run method as like this process. Now, so the runnable state is the state where the thread is ready for execution, but it is not running. Next, in the running state, the processor has given its time to the thread for its execution. Now we are discussing some methods that can a thread invoke. So what is that? Yield method. What is yield method? You can see in the diagram, whenever a running thread invokes yield method, it will goes to the runnable threads. Runnable threads means the threads are waiting for the CPU time and not started its execution. Next, so yield method has some definition. So if we want a thread to relinquish the control to another thread of equal priority before its turn, so this statement means that a thread can call yield method to relinquish the control from the CPU. That means whenever a thread calls yield, it will request the CPU to release its execution and give a chance to the other threads of equal priority. So we can call yield method, or we can say that the thread which call yield, the control is transferred to another thread of equal priority. So yield method is used to relinquish the control to another thread of equal priority before its turn. That means before the equal priority thread gets the CPU time, one thread can voluntarily release the control to that thread. Now, in suspend method, so there is a method called suspend. You can see the diagram. Whenever a thread calls suspend method, the state of the thread is changed from running to suspended, and whenever the resume method is called, it will be going from suspended state to runnable state. So whenever we want to suspend a thread, we can call suspend method, and the thread moves from running state to the suspended state. A suspended thread can be revived by using the resume method. So whenever the resume method is called, it is going from the suspended state to runnable state. We discuss sleep method. We can put a thread to sleep for a specified period of time using sleep bracket time, where time is in milliseconds. So we can call sleep method to sleep for some milliseconds of time, and the thread re-enters the runnable state as soon as the time period elapsed. So a running thread can call sleep method, and it will be going to the suspended state, and if the time period elapsed, it will be going into the runnable state. That is, the thread is ready for execution. Now, wait method. In the case when a thread waits for some events to occur, it can call wait method. The thread can be scheduled to run again by notify method. So whenever a running thread calls wait method, it will be going to the waiting state, and whenever the notify method is invoked, it will be again going to the runnable state. Next, blocked state or suspended state. So it is the fourth state of the life cycle of a thread. Whenever we are suspending a thread, sleeping by some sleep time, or waiting for some other events to occur, the thread is going into blocked state. A blocked thread is considered not runnable but not dead. That means whenever a thread goes into blocked thread state, it means that it is not runnable but it is not dead. So be careful that whenever a thread is going to blocked state, it is not dead but it is not runnable also. The last state of the thread life cycle, that is dead state. Whenever a thread completes its execution, it will be in the dead state. One method that is very important, that stop method. Whenever we want to stop a thread from running further, we can call stop method. So whenever a thread calls stop, it will be going to the dead state. That means it finishes its execution and completes its life cycle.